Hello, Praveen.
Hello, sir.
But Aja, yeah. Today the faculty is Mr. Mandlekar, right?
Okay.
You are from Jain Irrigation.
No.
No.
I'm working in multinational pharmaceutical company.
Acha, acha.
In name is Polypeptide Laboratory, and it is in Ambernath.
Okay.
Which company is talking?
Polypeptide Laboratory.
Polypropyl Laboratories.
Polyprofile.
Polypeptide Laboratory.
Where it is located?
It is located in Ambernath.
Ambernath. Okay. Okay. You are looking after which function?
In quality control.
Huh?
Quality control.
Acha, quality control. Good. Okay, nice.
So, Jantana is also joined. जंतना आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं आपका?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah. We are able to hear you. So you are joined from the laptop?
Yeah, now I've joined from the laptop.
Okay, fine. So, Mr. Mandlekar.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's welcome all the participants.
Okay, good.
And I will request you to start the session. So you said you will be first asking the participants to give their brief introduction.
Yeah,
right?
correct. That will be nice for you.
Right.
So, good morning to everybody on this module 1 of total quality management. Okay. Today I will be your facilitator for the whole day along with Mr. Khadagade. I just want, before I introduce myself, I just want small introduction of where, so that you know which area you are working and what are the, if some other issues are which you are facing, we can able to clear from this point of view. So, Mr. Patil, can you just tell me some background of your thing?
My name is Praveen Patil, and I have total.
Can you speak loudly? I am unable to hear.
Now, is it audible?
Yeah, okay.
I'm having total 21 years of experience in pharmaceutical company.
Acha. Pharmaceutical company.
In quality control department. And most my education background is I'm postgraduate graduation analytical chemistry.
Okay.
And my most experience in quality control department is handling of analytical instruments during my career. Now I am handling a team of 21 people in my
You are familiar with the quality management system, ISO standards and everything?
Basically, I have faced many audits of ISO the quality management.
Achha. Your company is certified for ISO systems?
Yes, ISO systems. But sir, I just want to ask one question regarding this program. Actually, I have received these books, statistical process controls and with diploma. When I go through these books, but it is more related to engineering, I think, background. So I'm not able to um, uh, I have not read completely these books, but there are maybe after your session I will clear my pictures regarding this statistical process controls and all this.
Khadagade, I think what he's trying to say that he's looking up not very clarity about SPC or something. He was
Right.
Because
so the idea of this context session is only to clarify these things and introduce you to the subject. so that you will be able to read the course books and understand that, you know.
Okay.
So you may be new to the subject,
Right.
but this session will help you to get into the subjects and get interested, and then, you know, read the book and then get more in-depth knowledge. Okay. So today our topic is module 1, which is on total quality management.
Okay. Okay.
So, have you read the book on total quality management, the module 1?
No, sir. I'm
At
not.
least something on that, because it is very, you know, very generic. It's not, you know, for engineers or anybody. It is for everyone, you know.
Okay.
So, but today's session will help you in, you know, further getting into more details and in-depth understanding.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you will have to study in depth, you know, on the course content, whatever what is given in the book. Right. So
Okay.
once you get introduced today, you will get some general idea about the subject,
Okay.
and then you can, you know, get into more details.
I think his specific question for SPC, maybe you all think you are covering in another
Yeah,
session.
even for SPC, you know,
Ah,
it's a very big subject topic, but we will introduce you to the basic concepts in, you know, the class.
Okay. Sure, sir.
And that, you know, it is not for that it is for engineers only.
Okay.
All disciplines, you know, can understand SPC. Last 1 month we had a session on this, you know, Six Sigma, which is based on the SPC only for Tata Capital, and all the participants were from they were not from engineering background, they were from commerce background, some of them were from the art background, you know.
Okay.
So don't worry, you will, once you know, study the subject, you will, you know, get the understanding and benefits and application of those things in your company. As you are in quality control department,
No.
it is necessary that, you know, you get an understanding of this as early as possible.
okay, good.
Okay.
What about Mr.
Yeah,
Doctor?
Zankana is fairly well versed with the, you know, quality discipline, and she has been taking classes also on the quality,
Achha,
SPC,
very
Six
good.
Sigma and all, you
Okay,
know.
okay.
So, Zankana, can you know, give your introduction briefly? Hello, Zankana.
Hello.
Yes, he is logged in, but
Hello.
she will come. I think, you know, she may have. I'll just find out.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Okay. So, I have little over 22 years of work experience,
Yeah.
largely in CS, BPO, KPO, banking, financial services industry, a bit in healthcare, insurance, and training. So from last 3 years, I've been into training and consulting and doing a project mentoring for Lean Six Sigma. And in these 3 years, I have tried to kind of associate with Wellington, Symbiosis to give these kind of training. So
Okay.
that's the overall experience.
Good, good. I am also faculty to Wellinger on operation management.
Acha,
For
okay.
MD, for healthcare healthcare badge, I've been doing from last so many years, and I am so attached with their MDP section also, the visiting faculty. So good, nice to meet you. Okay, okay, we'll without much of time, I just like to small introduction myself. My full name is Madan Dattatreya Mandlekar. I'm a quality profession, basic electrical engineer, passed in 1973. So almost 50 years of now experience in the industry. IIT Bombay for 1 year, then 10 years with Tata Consulting Engineers in the project division of power plants. Then switched to Larsen & Toubro for 22 years in the area of manufacturing with specialization in quality ISO management system. I have been trained as a TQM trainer through iShare Consultant Services, and I also work with uh, Imai Masaki, who was basically with the Kaizen Guru, we can talk about here. So along with that, then I came out of L&T in somewhere in 2003. And then I am a freelancer associated with NCKM, faculty to a number of management colleges, consultant, corporate trainers, and other things out there. And I was the first lead auditor for ISO 9000, 1984 system that time. Because that time lead auditor course was not available in India. So we were trained through PE Batala. So from that onward, I am doing consultancy, training, internal audits and everything. With NCKM associated with number of years in the area of training on quality management and related subjects, internal audits, and many other developments are there. So let us now come to today's session. As you say, in this module 1, we are basically talking about the in general concept of what is meant by TQM. What is the definition of quality? Why it needs to be understood in totality? Because earlier concept was when you talk about quality, it comes to a basically tangible concept like, product quality. But over the years now, product also becomes a service also. So in totality, when you talk about total, here we are talking about and is tangible plus intangible, and who are things are which is involved. Basically, the earlier concept quality was referred to the quality control, where everything has been already been prepared, and at the end of the thing, we are controlling whether okay, not okay. So it is something like a post-mortem, So project is get rejected or project get accepted, or it can rework or what it means there. So that was a basically like a control in everything has already been done, So our session today we are going to start basically how the total quality management evolve with the steps from quality control, quality assurance to total quality management. Okay, then what are the basically concept in total quality management? We talk about TQM policy. Then we also come on to some of the quality gurus. One is Deming and another is Juran. We are not going to talk much on Juran today, but Deming. So Deming basically considered the quality guru who was from USA, was invited by the Japanese after the World War, somewhere in 50s onward. And, they did a lot of, understanding of quality concepts through quality circle and all things right from the ground level. And then we can see last 30, 40 years, Japan has gone rigorous training on various quality aspects, thanks to the Deming's and Juran's system. Okay, so we will be talking about more of a 14 principle he's talking about quality, we're more focused on the people. We talk about basically in people and processes we are talking about here, and then the tangible thing. So here he's talking about involvement of the people. That is a major concept. We'll come to that 14th principle later. Then we will now interrelated between TQM model against the quality management system, that is ISO 9000, which is a system-based or process-based application. What's the difference between these two, which are focusing in what area? So a little bit comparison between. So ISO basically is a standard for doing something with respect to customer requirements, whereas total quality management, in addition to it, talks about system, process, first, involvement of the people with the vision, with the mission, with the total integrity of the thing. ISO is a part of the organization requirement, but total quality management takes about all aspects in the operation, right from various department like from HR also, for the stores also, what it means there. So that's we talk about. Then we are going to, when we talk about that ISO standard, which is now running is 9001, 2015. It talks about, so their concept of what are the needs and expectation of interested party. What are the interested parties, like this here. So we'll come back to that. Then we will also talk about Kano model, which was also developed was here regarding about the customer satisfaction based on the customer's requirement. So what are the satisfied thing? Why is dissatisfied? What are the delighters? So when we come to that, we are going to come up with that also. Okay. Then basically after this, we will come to various excellence model, which is ahead. Once you basically put your system in place and get certified to quality management or ISO standard, excellence models are talk about improvement like this year, total like this year. So various improvement model at EFQM model. Then we got Deming's application awards, concepts are there. Then we got CI Business Award, Rajiv Gandhi National Award, Bajaj Quality Award. So various awards, basically they are called business excellence. It is not only meeting customer satisfaction is one part, but taking involvement of the people, result, processes, all those things. So we will cover that also. Then in the afternoon session, we are going to come to the concept of cost of quality or cost of not having a quality. We call cost of poor quality. Okay. So cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance is quite a very detailed. So we talk about that. Then we'll come to the concept of quality function deployment, which is another tool for understanding, for maybe a product development or something, that what customer wants, converting customer's requirement into your engineering specification through deployment at various stages. How do you convert those into, so that you can understand and make the product which is compatible in the market along with the requirement. At the same time, we also talk about what competitors are doing, where do they stand. So quality function deployment also concept of house of quality. So there are some slides based on that. Basically, how do you develop a product to meet the requirement of a customer? Okay, and why your product should be different from somebody else. So what competitors against those, also we talk about that. And then where do you stand, where do you lag? And based on that, improvement can be done. So that is we call, after that, quality function deployment. Then the benchmarking is a very important tool. Where do I stand with respect to my competitor? So suppose I have been into a service of maybe hospital or maybe in hospitality industry. So who are the best among the best? So where do I stand with? The benchmark can be of a product, benchmarking can be of processes. Also, we've been talking about it. So various aspects of benchmarking, we will slightly cover into that. So why again benchmarking is a tool again for improvement and for sustainability of your business. Okay. Then we talk about the concept of sustainability. We need to sustain this, with respect to regulations we've been talking about here. And then we also talk about concept of MP and CP, that I will have to control point and managing points. And then we'll talk about a typical case of TQM implementation, very nicely explained in this thing by something which you do it right now. You can see here, I did puja in the morning, So something like that, we do puja, Satyanarayan puja. So a lot of activity are need to be planned. And similarly, when you implement initiative of quality management system in the organization, we need to do a very systematic and methodical way of doing it here. So that is explained there in the end of the thing there. And then we had some recap at the evening, what has gone through that, and some question answer. We'll work together to understand what went whole day today, where we stand with respect to that. Okay. So I will now start with the, you can see from here, you can see now chapter 1 is talked about evaluation. Evaluation of TQM. TQM as envisaged by Deming. As you say, Deming is a quality guru from USA, was invited by the Japanese after World War. Then we are coming to the principles of ISO, stand for International Organization for Standardization. They are coming out with the standards. So ISO 9002 is now no more. It has been upgraded to 2015. So some information on 2015 vis-a-vis 2008. Then in the same, we've been talking about external, internal issues. What are those? We'll explain with some slides there. Then we are at the Kano model, different perspective of customer satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Okay. Then of course, approaches, we are, as you talk about here, various people in EFQM. What does EFQM stand for? European Foundations of Quality Management. Then RBNC, basically we are talking about Ramakrishna Bajaj National Quality Award. Again, these are basically we call Excellence Award. And then we also talk about DAP, that is Daming Application Price. That's a very advanced and very maybe difficult to achieve. A lot of very few companies in India achieve that. But if you get it, you are at that benchmark, you can consider like this. Yeah. But there are these methods. So once you basically systems in place, we like to compare ourselves with the best in the world. So for that, these models will come to handy. So we can do that. Okay. Then, as I talk about that, we have been talking about whether you make a product or whether you make a service to the organization. Delivery to the end users, is very important. If you don't meet the requirement of that, then there's a penalty or there can be other costs involved out there. So here the concept of cost of not having a quality. We talk about CO, cost of poor quality. There are 4 elements are there. We're going to come to that discussion there. And what's a normal level of cost of poor quality in the industry today? Whether it's a service industry or whether manufacturing industry, how do you come to that level and how do you work on that? So cost of quality, cost of not having quality. Then we had, as actually, we had taken our quality function deployment. It is nothing but conversation of customer requirement to a product or service vis-a-vis what is available in the market through competitor and where you are, how do you improve, knowledge. So that's a wonderful thing. It can be used in Six Sigma, product development also, or many other places out there. Then of course, benchmarking, as you talk about here, it is nothing but where do you stand with respect to the competitor, best among the best, whether it can be a process benchmarking, it can be a product benchmarking, it can be HR policy benchmarking, what it may be you talk about here, like this here. So a lot of examples are there. And of course, sustainability means what you are doing should be sustained with respect to environmental related issues, with respect to the regulatory requirements are there, so that we are sustainability. Nowadays, we are ISO 9, another standard is there, ISO 9000 also for sustainability. And then we are talking about management points and control points. And then DWM stands for daily work management. Concept like a policy deployments or Hundri caution models we've been talking about here. And then at the end of session, we are going to see what does normally get involved in implementation of TQM through some very nice story, something like that here been told here. But parallelly, we also talk about the industry, what to do here. And at the end of the session, we had a question bank. So is it clear now? Am I audible properly?
Yeah. There is one more participant, Praveen Topwal has joined.
Okay, good.
So Praveen, can you give your brief introduction, just your background, education and experience? Hello, Praveen, are you able to hear? See, he has joined. Hello, Praveen, can you unmute yourself? You are on the mute. Hello, Praveen Topwal. We can go ahead. You can see he is on the mute only, so. Yeah, Madlega sir, you can go ahead.
Okay, good. So our first chapter in today's session is evaluation of total quality management. Basically, it starts from the concept of quality control changing to quality assurance, changing to total quality management. Now, what was the earlier scene when you are talking about this somewhere about 1900, we talk about now we are into 2025. So I'm talking 100 years back of how the industries were performing. Basically the products or services come to later, but basically product consisting of making something with respect to the requirement of a customer. It can be a car, or it can be a radio, or it can be a television. So what it may be there then? How do you make that thing happen? You know, so we had a specification, what we are supposed required. It is getting converted into a design, working from design into engineering specification, you know. Then based on that, material will be required, maybe by purchase department or whatever it may be there. Then various aspects of machinings are required to make it that from productionization. So we had a purchase department, we make it availability of the material. Then we had a store, you know, which will store the material. They will deliver to the requirement to the operation where the machines are placed into that. So machines will work into various aspects of it. It can be turning, it can be gearing, or it can be, you know, assembly, or right. Then ultimately the product is converted, you know. So it's a tangible product. It's a tangible means we can physically see what is happening. You can feel the product. So it's a tangible. It can be intangible like any other service. A banking service is all intangible you're talking about. Or maybe an education system, when you talk about it, is also intangible, which physically we cannot see. But all process steps are similar. Conversation process takes are what are my inputs? Input can be in the form of, we talk about 4M, you know, man, machine, material, and method. These are my 4M, which are coming to my organization, or if I manufacture to my plant and I do value addition. What do my value addition? I'm converting something to something at there. Is it not? So that's a value addition. The product gets converted into a maybe a parts, maybe sub-assembly to assembly to the final product. So these are all things we're talking about. At various stages, you know, like this here, we need to ensure that the work is done properly. So we are concept of control. Okay. So when the organization started building up here, we had a different department or section. You know, we had a design department, we had a marketing department, we had a sales department. So this department assigned work, you know, marketing people will interact with the marketing people, made the what requirements are there and whether we are capable of doing it here, assess and put into the manufacturing. Manufacturing do maybe design of the product, if it's the standard products, no issue. If it's something tailor-made requirements are required, which you talk about required, what is the standard and what is a tailor-made. Tailor-made means like a tailor measuring something individual-wise. So we need to do what is the customer-based application we are talking about. Then conversation take place here. Okay. So we keep on adding value and the product start making it here. Okay. So that various stages of operation from design to engineering, manufacturing, productionization, and you know, quality comes now here. Now, before it goes to the market or to the end product, we need to control. So there, the question of quality control. That quality control was acting that time. I'm talking about 1900 or 1920. Like a quality control is like a post-mortem. Everything has already been made. Now you are controlling. So nothing can be done. Either is okay or not okay. Okay, so not okay means it will be either rework or like this here. Okay, it will go to the marketing department through our dispatchers like this here. So now, if that stage, which is the end of your application, control was there, you know, so what was happening? The problem is there, if there is a rejection, you know, everything get lost. Your time, your man hours, you know, machine time. So everything get lost. Quality control. You know, so why something it has to be done at the end? So quality control was only checking okay, not okay. And then there was a lot of problem between quality control and the operation people who were making it here. You say, we have made something, now you are telling not okay. Why you can't come before to us and tell us this is not correct? You know, something like that here. So everything was not wasted. So the concept came to why inspector should the end of the line. Why not he come in between somewhere? So then the concept started coming quality assurance. So you are assuring the quality of each and every process before it goes to the next process. So quality inspector now has been coming from the end of the line to the various stations. Like he can get the incoming material where before material goes for a processing, he will check okay, not okay. If not okay, he will return it back. He will come to the machine. If the machine is not perfectly organized, he will take care of the machine play. So everywhere, which are the stream which is involved, you know, they will get assured. So quality control has changed to quality assurance to minimize the problem. So your material properly received, properly stored, properly transported, properly kept on the machine with the properly trained person, so that everything which is coming out is right, and then it is again checked by the quality control for the totality, and it is dispatched. Will it make a difference now? Yes, it makes a difference that your rejects or rework get minimized, because it is not gone ahead, because it is checked that time. Earlier it was a end product inspection, end product which is completely made, which is now you are rejecting. Now it is a stage-wise inspection. So we talk about quality control has been changed into quality assurance. Okay, same inspectors is now trying to do the work so that whether the right material has come, right material is properly stored, right material has been properly transported to the machine, machine has been properly set, machine has been properly maintained, machine been properly operated by the trained person, like this here. Everything we are now checking, and then the thing done. And for that, whether you got all standard operating procedure, methodology, checking point, inspection point, calibration of the equipment, all those things properly checked. So that's what the change has been made from quality control to quality assurance somewhere in the 1940, 1960. Things were going on well. Hello? Yeah. Can I proceed? Hello? Am I audible? Can I go ahead?
तो रख दे उसको बोलना तो रख हम नहीं रख
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बाप रे हे बघ कसं खराब झालंय सूटकेस हा सूटकेस कसा गंदा केलं हे कपडे भेटते ते बाहेर काढून
Hello?
Yes, sir. Please, please,
कुठे आहे तुझा फोन
yes, sir. Hello. Please, please off your audio.
हल्का दुबे लेना हल्का दुबे
There is some disturbance.
Probably, sir, maybe it is on your audio.
Hello?
yeah hello
Shall I continue?
yes yeah
Okay.
please.
So, have you understood now how the concept from quality control to quality assurance? Now, it's something like a end inspection change to stage inspection. Something like that. Sir. Quality assurance of every processes we've been talking about. It can be a process of storage, process of transportation, process of actually manufacturing, something like that. So every process we are trying to see the quality getting assurance of that process rather than the end. So it went very well to quality assurance, something like that here. Now come to the concept of when you say totality, we've been talking about. We are
Mandlekar sir
ah,
if you have to speak to the participant, no, you will have to call them by name and ask them to unmute and speak, So we have three people, Jankana,
okay.
then Praveen Patil
Ah,
and Praveen Topwal.
1 minute. Praveen
Praveen Patil and Praveen Topwal.
Kotwal.
Topwal, Topwal.
Topw Topwal. Okay. Praveen Patil
Yeah.
and Jankar.
Jankana.
Jankar. Okay.
So three of them.
But from here I cannot do that. No? Means they will.
You just talk to them and ask them to unmute and speak.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
When you have to ask them any question, no?
Okay, good.
Then you
Yeah. So
Ma-
Praveen.
Praveen Topwal
Yeah.
Can you unmute, please, for a minute? I'm not sure whether he is able to hear us. Anyway, I will call him. Praveen Patil. Patil, you are able to hear, no?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I'm able to
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah, audible. Yes, okay. Okay, so Mandlekar sir, if you want to interact with them, no, you will have to call them by name and then ask
Okay.
them to unmute and speak.
Okay, no problem. ठीक है.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ठीक है.
So now I go ahead with now. So we have come somewhere at 1900. More focus was on the inspection. That is something like a postmortem. It can be a mass inspection, something like that. Change to the quality assurance, stage-wise inspection, and now somewhere around 1970 onwards, we've been talking about total quality management, totality of operation. We are talking about everybody get involved, right from the top management to even the earlier there was a concept called line function and staff function. What is the difference? Line function who actually make the things, and staff function are support function. You know, like storage they talk all support function, design is support function, you know. Maybe purchase department is a support function, maintenance is a support function. So, basically, no, you are in support function, you are in storage. So, something like that, So, they are not that important. But no, now the concept is there, totality of everything, right from your gate, when you enter into the factory, a person, a security person is actually important, right to the end of the canteen if you're providing some services to the people. So totality we are talking about with the leadership in place, where you're talking about quality has been leading by the top management. The importance of it is not from only quality department, they will function later. But totality of all operation, we are talking quality in all aspects of operation, whether it's the leadership quality, whether it's for the operational quality, or either quality of storage or quality of any operations are there. Totality in all operations where everybody get involved into the operation. Whatever he does here, he must be very clear about here what activity is supposed to do, what are his input in formats of documents or maybe information, how does it get converted, how does it check what he is doing, validation that there. So when it comes to the quality assurance, to the total quality management, we are not only talking about product quality, which is against the top quality, but we are talking about quality of all other operations, quality of HR policy, quality of recruitment, quality of selection of people, which are all processes in the HR. So there also quality aspect. What type of person has been finally selected and given for operation, there is a quality there involved. So that the right person for the right job, So that's what I'm talking about, sir. So when you talk about total quality management, it talks about quality of people, quality of processes, quality of machines, along with the concept of waste minimization with problem solving methodology. I'll come to the definition of TQM later on. So we are talking about quality control from postmortem to the assurance at various stages to the totality in all aspects. When you see the definition, we'll come back to that. So is it clear, Mr. Praveen Patil? Can you unmute
Sir.
and tell me?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
It is clear.
So
Sir, am I audible to you?
Hello?
Hello, sir. This is Ankana. Am I audible to you?
Yeah. You want
Sir,
yeah.
sir, I just wanted to ask, sir, if you can, while you are going through this material, if you can also, touch upon if there are any likely questions which can come in the paper or something like that, how this particular section will be. It'll be objective question in the, or it'll be like a match the following or something.
Yeah. That also I will talk you what type of questionnaires have been set.
Yeah.
Whether it will be a MCQ type mostly, it will be normally MCQ type, multiple choice questions are there. So
Okay.
generally it is all multiple question types only. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. So now you can see this now. It basically is talking about Dr. Walt Sheward, is basically Bell application. We talk about statistical chart. Here basically develop what do you call about in aspect of quality control, sampling plan. Quality control people who are familiar with the quality control for acceptance of quality. How do you check the acceptance, level of the product or incoming material? So he's come out with some different information. So that is what in 1920 was somewhere. This basically talks about chronological operation. And then in 1946, American Society for Quality was formed. Again, as you say, quality is getting evolved now. That was the concept. I forgot 1900 onward. Okay, it gets evolved. Then it's come to 1950, as you talk about post 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan almost grounded to zero level. Okay, and those times also, Japan anyways has their own problems. It's always with a lot of earthquake around and there are a lot of material shortage. They were nowhere, like this year. So they have no other choice to become survival, So there, once upon a time, Japan products were also considered to be shoddy products. So those time, JUSE, that is Japan Union of Scientific Engineers, invited these two people, one is Deming, one is Juran. Both are people from America, professors on quality, come to the Japan and they started teaching to the people what is called statistical quality control and statistical process control. These are nothing but sampling plan, how to measure the things, what are the quality control levels, what is the specification level, and various quality tools. Okay, that normally gets covered in some other session. Okay, and then 1954, where Joseph Duran, if we talk about quality guru, he is talking about change, top management accountability. That's what we are talking about. Quality is not will come through the quality department. It has to be imbibed through culture, at various operations in the organization. So it's a top management who has to drive. And if they are not involved into that, it will not be able to succeed. So he come out with 14 points are very important. Out of that, almost 7 to 8 talks about involvement of people. Because it is correctly said that you may be your best of the process in the world. You might be having the best machines in the world. But unless until people behind that are charged, they are involved, they've been told why or why not with proper training, what is the role into that, things will not make a difference. So it's the involvement of people in total quality management. We are talking about involvement people in all these operations. So we talk about quality control change to QC to quality management, where involvement of all people is very important. Is it clear? So therefore, 1954. Then, of course, 1960 onward, the first quality circle, yes, in Japan. So as I told, when these people started, they are interacting with the ground level people. As you say, these are the people who are going to make a difference because they know what is happening into the application, because they normally handle the product, handle the machine, handle the material. So they should be, unlike in Americans or European concepts are there, it is a top driven. Japan concept is bottom driven. It get in from them, go to the Gemba. They say, go to the workplace. Don't have a Gemba walk. What is Gemba? The place where the actually work is taking place. Okay, rather than meeting in the conference hall. So that's the difference between European or American way of working and Japanese way of working. Why Japanese products capture the market is only because of the involvement of people. They are different type of people who are working for them. Okay, that's the difference is made. So therefore, started concept of quality circle in the various department. What is a quality circle? It's a group of people. They make voluntarily after the office hours to solve departmental level problems. Then it can be later on cross-functional, but 90% of the time is used for problems of department only. So quality circle started becoming important. Everybody started getting involved. It started from Japan. Okay, yeah. So somewhere there. And of course, in 1970 onward, US managers, because now they realize why Japan's has suddenly coming out with such a wonderful products. As you see, from 19 50 to 1980, we have not heard anything about the Japan product, but they come into the horizon somewhere in 80, 85, and they now total capture the market. Now, if you go to the market, out of 10, 8 are Japanese make product. You make Sony, you make Maruti car, or what it be there, everything of Japan. From where it come? Only because of properized systematic methodological training of involvement of people. Well, I repeat, therefore, in total quality management, involvement for people has to be best among the best. Okay, so that's what I talk about. And of course, in 1980 early, TQM principles become popular, particularly in the auto sector. Auto sector. So Toyota has now the name, the word class, company like this here. But again, that we got America, Ford company or G is there, all those are there. So they were also making, but suddenly with Toyota, they say we are nowhere. So like they said, what went wrong with them and what went good with the Japanese has been come into the fore into picture, and therefore total quality management concept started people learning this. When I was working also in Larsen and Toubro somewhere in 90s, we came to know about this total quality management. Otherwise, we were only about quality system, ISO like that. So TQM started somewhere in the India, I can tell you, somewhere because L&T as part of that was the front runner that time. We had Larsen and Toubro in Mumbai. We had Mukund, is nowhere there now. We had Mahindra, we had Godrej. These are the people who had started this quality management introduction through TQM and then started like this year. And then we had a CIA, then we had South India, a lot of income here. So in India, we try to understand the concept of TQM somewhere 90 onwards. Okay, that statement I can make. Good. Okay. Auto sector was, but basically auto sector was the pioneer for going for total quality management. That is where, because the competition was very tough, the price was at the peak because cost management, something like that there. So Aldi sector. And of course, late 90, we had now come out with various type of, 1984 first standard came, 87, sorry, ISO. These are basically system-based process related, we got quality management system for making product meeting the customer requirement. Okay, so we got ISO standard, International Organization for Standardization, so that unification of the product, because now the world has become a small, everybody is working with everything in there. How to understand the requirement? The common standards talks about all the requirement. Okay, so therefore ISO 9000 model came into that. Okay, yeah. And of course, after that, as you say, once the system has been stabilized, now we need to not only meeting the requirement, how to delight the customer, how to meet the regulation requirement, how to make sustainability. So we have come to the concept of business excellence models. That also we are going to cover. So those are basically can be CIA or EFKM or Deming or Ramakrishna Bajaj or maybe Peacock Award, something like this. They are different. They are basically talking about how sustain the business, how you keep on improving. So ISO is basically foundation. And remember always, for everything, quality management system standards are foundation. You may go to higher and higher one, but basically ISO should be in place. So that is where basically standard talks about all these requirement of customer requirement, meeting specification requirement. How do you do that? Leadership role is there, then production roles is there, operations there. How do you test everything detail? We're covering to that. So yeah. So Praveen Toshwal, it is clear now? Topwal? Hello? Can you unmute? Have you understood now the journey?
Hello. Yeah, sir.
Very good. Are you? Okay, good. So we have seen from 1900. So now we are now in 2020, but basically 1990 onward, this is now getting stabilized. Things are improving every day. We are Six Sigma. So it's a continuous improvement. Ultimately now, every organization need to continuously improve, doing something better than yesterday and planning today what they will do tomorrow. So that's the role of leadership concept we are talking about here. Because what you okay, don't act after something happen. Don't be reactive. What is a proactive? Proactive is what is likely to happen. What is happening in the horizon of your competitor, customer changing requirements, whether the product meet the requirement or not, take well in advance, become proactive. So organization through leadership role has to be proactive so that they can change the situation rather than situation is forcing them to change. Have you understood the difference? You have no choice. You have to change. If you don't, company will product has to change. You have no other choice. But in other case, proactively you are thinking what is happening in Japan, what is happening in America, how they are changing. So whether the effect on our operation, if not, no problem. If yes, what can be done? So that there should not be any firefighting. It has to be under control condition, which is in our hand. So therefore, this total quality management with the respects of leadership role, proactively taking care of organization into a sustainability and continuous improvement methodology. Is it clear? Yeah, good. So therefore, we've been talking about what were the expectation that time and what techniques were evolved. Somewhere before 1950, good was good enough for customer. जो उसने बोला है वो हमने दिया उसको. आपको ये चाहिए हमने ये दे दिया. That's all. That is our requirement. आपने जो बोला आपको दे दिया. That is been working as per specification. Okay. Now what is the tools to be a quality okay or not okay? So quality ensured by segregating good from the bad. Okay, not okay. As you talk about postmortem, जो नहीं है उसको निकाल दो, उसको रिवर्क करो या फिर काम करो. So that's what the concept in 1950, postmortem or quality control. Change to quality assurance somewhere in 1960. Customers started demanding better. This is because now customers become knowledgeable. So SQC stand for statistical control or statistical portrait techniques are used for sampling, for variable reduction, how fast we are meeting the requirements, process under control, not under control. So various, these are will be covered in the later on, but I am talking about that. So this is again year-wise evaluation. Then 1970, yes, customer not is now becoming smarter. He say better तो आपको देना है मगर आपको cheaper भी देना है. So earlier into a price which customer was paying. He said nothing doing. Your inefficiency, why we should pay? Not accepted. So cost under control. So cost becomes very important. Say this, I want cheaper. So your rework, your reject, your overtime, we are not going to pay for it because that was costing the product cost, become the price. So therefore, to minimize that, process control came through various initiatives like total productive maintenance for maintaining the system or maintenance management we are talking about. Kaizen, which is Kai plus Zen. It is Japanese word. Kai means small and Zen means improvement. Small improvement every day done by the people in their own areas of operation to make things better. Kobatsu Kaizen is nothing but a focused Kaizen. Again, focus improvement is a break. We are talking about breakthrough improvement. This we do in TPM. When you talk about TPM, maybe module 4, we'll talk about that. Six Sigma. Again, we've been talking about defect, minimizing the defect. We are going toward zero defect concept in Six Sigma. All this came and at various levels, companies started using this type of tools, or we talk about techniques. Basically, there are techniques. Tools are different. There are different techniques for improvement in your operation to make product cheaper. Have you understood? Now we come into 1980, things have started moving it here. Customers started asking for product service faster in addition to better and cheaper. I want yesterday. We say, no, we'll get product in after 3 months. See, nothing doing. If you don't give me 3 months, because the world is now open, because earlier it was a seller's market. Now it has become purchaser market. Whatever I want, I can go to across the world everywhere. You are old with us, so I will come into you. Are you able to give it to me? If not, goodbye, sir. I am going somewhere because I had a choice. The market is open now. Because as you say, in 1990, India also was open to the world. Is it not? So therefore, everything was available and cheaper or best quality. So tools like then became VSM, that is value stream mapping for minimization of waste, how the things are moving, where the rework is taking place, why so many activities are done at some place. So a lot of things started coming in here. Various tools like then Sigma, Lean Sigma. So many things started coming here. As you say, every day we need to do better than yesterday. So everywhere things started changing. And 99 were customer demanding on product and service was not only better, that is the fundamental right. When I am asking, I had to get the best. You can't say that you had a quality, world class quality. No, it is implied. I have not stated that. As you say, implied need and stated need. Earlier implied need, I want best quality. Nothing doing. When I say I want product, I want the best. I will not say I want the best product. It is implied already. Is it not? So therefore, faster, also innovative. Yes, very important. Come to innovation. We call Cairo. It's another Japanese word which is called Cairo, innovation, with exciting feature. Even I am not asked for it, something I got it here. So you can see most of the product, this feature, what a great year. I was not expecting this. मेरे को मिल गया. So people started getting excited through this type of features. So again, the innovation comes. Now the product has to be innovative so that customer becomes loyal to this. We talk about branding. How to get the branding? Only because when you say, when we are not asked for it, I am getting it that. So we talk customer satisfaction to customer delight to customer branding or customer loyalty. At whatever cost, I will only go to this company. They may ask me 10 rupees extra, but I am ready because they are with me for a number of years. They know me better than. So the concept is, don't make only customer satisfied. That is gone wrong. That is gone wrong. Make customer happy. That is also gone wrong. You have to do that. What is now the mantra of success is whatever customer is doing, make him successful on his product, on his service, so that he will come back to you for your service. So it's a chain reaction. Make him happy through your service so that he will make you happy. So it is a requirement that no, he's a vendor. No, vendor is now as important as your own people. So treat the vendor like your left hand or your right hand. That is the concept of supply chain management concept is also taught. So a lot of things getting evolved as things pass. Is it clear now? Okay. So therefore, in 90, thrust on innovation came through various business excellence model. That's what we're talking about at the end of the session. Good? Yeah. Yeah. So with this now, we are now going, what is TQM, Total Quality Management? Is it clear to all up till now? Can somebody unmute and tell me? So I will go ahead. Praveen, can you unmute it? Okay now?
Yes, sir. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Good. We are talking on what is TQM. Okay, good. What is quality? I explain. And managerial definition of quality, as we talk about various aspects of coming it here. Okay, yeah. And TQM frame. So that's what our session till lunch, we are going to talk about that like this here. Okay. So, okay. So let us take some example here. Praveen Topwal, can you unmute and tell me? Okay. Can you hear me? Mr. Topwal, can you unmute?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Suppose you want to buy a television. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sir.
What are the 10 things you will look into that? What could be your specification so that you get a good quality television? That's what we are talking about here. 10 example. If not, what happens? Can you just interact with me so that our session become more interactive? You are want to buy a TV.
Yes,
What are
sir.
the
First
things?
is First
Yes.
is the picture quality.
Very good. Picture quality, first class. Next.
Next, price comfortable.
Yes, price which is you can pay. Yes, very good.
And third is मतलब, easy handling system to move one place to another.
Okay.
It should have operational manual and quality tested the certificate.
And uh, ISO certified.
Okay.
Warranty card, check warranty card or specification.
Guarantee,
What,
warranty. Yes, we've been talking about.
yeah,
Good.
warranty, and what the function is going on that television we have required.
Service quality. Is not. We talk about service
Yeah,
quality.
service quality. If the problem is there, the
How
service
fast they are
engineer
interacting with you. Yeah,
Yes.
that's okay. Good. So that basically we are talking about, like any other, when you purchase something in industry, you purchase so many things like this here. So example, what we discuss here now, we talk about in television, sound quality, then the pictures quality,
picture quality.
availability of the person, like this here, how fast is getting available to me. But the end of the thing, whether I can afford it, best of among the best, whether can afford. So ultimately everywhere is coming to the price. Okay. So
Right.
today there is a price war. Is what everywhere it is a price war going on now. Here people want best of the best quality because the world has become a single entity. Today our products or services are better than European or more than Americans. So it is we don't we are from earlier generation. Now we are the best among the best. But at the same time, the pressure on the manufacturer or service provider is reduction in the cost because number of players are more in the market. So therefore, quality is, you don't get extra price for quality. It is a fundamental right for a person to get a quality in his whatever when he want a service or other the product you want. Okay. Yeah. Good. Very nice. So, okay. You can mute now. Okay. So therefore now, when we understood the total quality management, if you want to see one definition, I will read for you and I will come back to that also in right now. So there is no slide for that, but let us understand and I will show you one. Just give me time. Okay. Now, before we come to what Deming is talking about, let us talk about in India, how do you frame this total quality management? So this is one of the places where I was part of this organization. We have made the definition of TQM something like this. See now how it different make. Total quality management is an integrated organizational approach delighting customers, both internal and external. I will explain to you later on. By meeting their expectation on continuous basis through everyone involved with the organization working on continuous improvement in all product, services and processes along with proper problem solving methodology. We got one more TQM definition. We'll come back to that. Now what is talking about here? Delighting customers. Customers कितने प्रकार के होते हैं आपको मालूम है? There are internal customers, external customers, your shareholders also, they are all still there all. But for a general operational people, we got internal customer within the organization from where I get it and where I passed it. They're my internal customer. So I have to first make my internal customer happy. If they are happy, they will make their next department happy. So it's a chain reaction I'm talking about here. So make internal customer happy, your external customer has to be happy. So therefore I'm talking about here, delighting. How do you get delight? What is mean by delight of customer?
Exceeding their expectation.
Yeah, anybody? Any example of delight? Yes. Praveen Patil, any example? Can you unmute and tell me when you got delighted? Yeah, please unmute, Patil. When you got delighted?
Any quick response from customer?
Huh?
Um,
Not clear.
Means any response, uh, quick response from customer, the genuine interaction.
Huh?
Like
Okay,
that.
in short, I'll say that you are not expecting that, and you
Yes,
got it something.
yes,
So
yes,
you got delighted,
yes,
you know.
not at
So what was required, what was specified, you are not even specified that you got it. So you got delighted.
delighted. Right.
Now the problem is customer want delight every day. How to make it here? So unless until you keep on innovating something, keep on adding some new thing, customer will not be delighted because he's taken that as a granted. So we talk about like a Kano model, yesterday's thing become today's requirement. कि वो तो आपको देना ही है. आपने बोला हमने इसको दिया आपको एक्स्ट्रा देना पड़ेगा ठीक है आप दे दिए अगली बार नहीं देंगे फिर ये तो आपको देना ही पड़ेगा. So that's we are talking about delighting the customer on continuous basis. That's what we are talking about. Okay. So we'll come to another definition of TQM. Again, total quality management, involvement of all, leadership with visionary thing. We are talking vision. We are talking about mission. We are talking about the strategy. We are talking about the goals. We are talking about the objectives. How to get the people involved so they can think in the same direction what the leadership is thinking. So what is my role in the organization to make something happen? That will come when the total quality management system is in place. That's what you're talking about. Okay. So how Deming is getting involved? As you said, Deming was talking more of a involvement of the people. Yeah. Okay, good. So therefore, according to his definition, TQM is a set of systematic activities carried out by the entire organization, total, right from canteen to the store, to the design, to the engineering, to the maintenance, to the storage, to the dispatch, effectively and efficiently achieve through organization's objective so as to provide product and services with a level of quality that satisfy customers. What customer want? Customer doesn't want gold plate watch, is it not? He doesn't want gold plate watch. He wants a watch which is easy to read and keeping in time. So what is important is what is quality required. You just cannot go too high cost and then your product cost become very high. So what is the contemporary thing going on in the quality aspect? We need to meet the requirement. And important is right time at the price which is affordable. That's what important. You have to make a profit. Nobody work without a profit in the organization. But profit at what cost? That's what happens. So cost plus, we will talk on the formula. When you talk about JIT, we'll come back to that. Cost plus your profit is equal to price. Is it not? But now today, price is controlled by the market. So forget about making a profit. Most of the organizations are struggling for survival. That is why they have no other choice but to minimize the cost. I'll repeat, minimize the cost so that you meet the price which is given by the market. So therefore, every focus is on improvement through various tools and thing which we'll be talking about through all this total quality management session, something like that. Today's session is only basically more of an involvement of people because it is TQM, but various things are there. So again, I'll repeat. Deming is talking about same thing, doing something effectively and efficiently. What is the difference here? What do you mean by effectively and what do you mean by efficient? When you talk about efficient, we are talking about output by input. minimum input, maximum output. Resource utilization should be the best. But what is effective? Effective is what customer wants. Doing thing right and doing right thing is a different. Doing thing right is your efficiency, but doing right thing, what customer want is your effectiveness. So try to understand the two words are making a difference. Effective is talking about your resource utilization, whereas effectiveness is talking about quality. You have made 100 items in a day. Okay, you made your production target. It was 100. So you are effective. But out of that, 95 were okay and 5 were rejected by the customer. So you are not effective. Is it clear? So that's what the difference between effective and efficient. So Deming wants you both resource utilization at the same time, something customer want or meeting the customer expectation. That is effectiveness. That is the objective we've been talking about, whether you make a product or it can be a service, at the level which is pertinent into that time of operation and at correct time and always today is the correct time. Always yesterday I wanted, I want everything yesterday. And price इससे भी थोड़ा कम. Price negotiation तो होता ही है like this year. Okay, good. So this is one definition. Yeah. Therefore here, emphasis of this definition is to have customer focus and go back to basics. Customers normally turn with B2B, and then B2C. What is that B2B and B2C means? Somebody can tell me with example?
Business to business and business to customer.
Shankara, can you tell me?
Business to business
The
and business to customer.
B2B is over here it is written back to basics.
No,
but,
that is wrong. That is not correct.
yeah,
I'll
it
correct
is
that.
incorrect.
It is
B2B
incorrect.
is business to business.
Yeah,
And B2C is business to consumer.
yeah. Basically, the slide talks about slide. There is a mistake here. Business to business is B2B and business to customer is B2C. Okay. Now, when you say business to business, we can talk about Amazon. Amazon is the one place where you are doing business to business. Is it not?
Yeah.
Whereas when you talk about business to customers, I can talk about Larsen and Toubro. I can talk about Geo. Their product to
Even
the
Amazon, sir.
Amazon also.
Amazon also.
Correct. So they are combination of both, like this here. So
Yeah.
Therefore, we are talking about now customer at the end who is paying our salary. I always tell to the people when I do the training, your salary is not by your management. It is coming from customers. So make customers not only happy, customers successful in their endeavors so that you are the first preference of suppliers. You understood now? So that's what we're talking about. Good. Therefore, in layman's language, you say it is nothing but on time in full delivery of product and services of right quality at competitive price. Now this is what coming competitive, which is expected in the market. Like this year, 1 or 2% more are okay. But like this year, suppose somebody is going 100 rupees, I cannot give 200 rupees. I need to make it 120 or 110 because then at least I will call for negotiation. If it is 200, whatever, maybe I may be named in the world class number 1, but nobody is going to call me. Is it not? So that is a competitive rate which we've been talking about. And product full, which is very, very important. Out of 100 items, we are only giving basket full with 90 items only. So 10 is short supply. So that is not accepted. Suppose your TV comes, nowadays if your TV comes without a remote also, we are not going to accept. Is it not? Actually, without a remote, TV can watch. Is it not? Earlier we were doing like this here. But now, we cannot say, no, we want with the remote. Remote में battery नहीं है. We want with the battery. बोलता battery हमने लाया ना. Give battery. Something like that here. So that is what I am saying. Right quality. At the competitive price. Have you understood? Good. So that business to business, you change it. That was a small mistake there. Okay. How about Zomato? Are they B2B or B2C? Zomato. The restaurant and Zomato
Yes.
relations are different, and Zomato and the end users things are different. So compared to that, B2B and B2C will be also there. Okay, yeah, good. So therefore, this is one setup we've been talking about. We'll come later on to that. This some of the dimming application price. I am not going to discuss right now in much detail. When we'll come to that, we'll talk about here. Here, basically, they are talking about number. We're talking about the marks they are talking about. Every excellence model, we have some marks, maybe 1,000 marks, maybe 500 marks, and they are divided into various aspects. So that I'll come later. Here, they are talking about management policy and their deployment, 20 marks. They are talking about information analysis, that is IT system, new product development, work processes, innovation, different, maintenance and improvement, 20 marks, management system, quality management system, TQM, all this, core quality system, and human resource development. Now, if you see, these are in totality make the organization, departments or function, they all has to work together with proper leadership style, so work together. That is one way we've been talking about that. Okay, this is coming from Deming application price, but we will talk about EFKM, we will talk about Ramakrishna Bajaj application excellence model. They are after the quality management system in place. Okay, so we'll skip this now. Okay, this will come in later like this here. Okay, so now we are coming to very important Deming's Guru's principle. Okay, he is talking about 14 quality management principles. What is talking about? 14 quality management principle. Okay, yeah. Just give me 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so as I told you earlier, there is a difference of opinion between European and American way of working against Japanese way of working. Americans and Europeans, once upon a time, now they also changed because they change with the time. They are more of a product, service oriented end product. As we talk about here, we talk about hard quality, measurable quality, profit at the end. Against the Deming principle, what he is talking about, he's speaking role of a leadership, involvement of people, soft aspects. Why Japan has succeeded over the years? Only because the involvement of the people. It is not top-down approach. It is top-down, bottom-up. Most of the TQM models we have been talking about top-driven, bottom-up. So it is coming from top, but ultimately it is made by the people together. It is not only one way. It is combination of working together for a common goal. That is we call common vision or shared vision. Also we are talking about here. You understood now? So Deming more of talking about involvement of the people, get them involved, make them empowered, make them properly trained, something like that here. So that's what he's talking about. Quality is not a one-day thing he's talking about. It has to be imbibed as a quality culture. That's what Japan has been talking about here. Clear? Okay. So what is the first principle he's talking about? Create constancy of purpose towards improvement of product and services. What do you mean by constancy of purpose? Yes. Anybody can unmute and tell me what do you mean by constancy of purpose? Okay, I will tell you. It is nothing but setting constant goals for improvement and always thinking quality is a long term, not a short term, throughout. Okay, therefore he's talking about improvement, improvement, improvement. Second, adopt new philosophy of cooperation for win-win. Very important. What do you mean by win-win? Yes, anybody?
Both parties win. So it is not only one person who is getting benefited. So say
Yeah.
for example, B2C, then business also gets benefited, consumer also gets benefited. So something
Yes.
like win-win.
Okay, okay. Something like this, today we are even talking to our the best competitor also, and telling him that to capture the market, let us say I'm strong in R&D activities, okay, my products, whereas I am weak in marketing. My competitor may not be good in R&D, but he is a strong marketing setup. So what I will try to do that, I will try and go with him, let us come to the common place and do with the collaboration. What is collaboration? What I don't have, you have. What you don't have, I have. So make 1 plus 1 is equal to how much? 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. That's what you're talking about. What is your strength? Let us multiply it with this. And what is my strength? We get it multiplied. So win-win situation, rather than somebody is taking the market, we go together there. So you win, I win. Lose. So I lose, you win, or I win, you lose. That concept is no more accepted. So it is not always possible that I am the best among the best. So something which is good, I have to be best among the best in the market. In other area, if not, then spending time on those activities is going to take time. Market will not accept that. So why not do that with yourself? That is where the question started. Outsourcing has come big way only because of that. Something like that. I cannot do that. So let us somebody is doing better than that me. I do it here. So what is always win-win situation? You cannot get everything on your plate. So what is in your plate should be the best among the best. You should be number one only, or first number 1 or 2, 3. In Japan, in America, they say, if you are not among first 1, 2, 3, you should be out of the business. You have no right to be in their business. They are very, very cutthroat competition. They are very straightforward people. Maybe we may not agree with their principle or their way of working, but that they talk. Unlike in Japan, they get involvement of the people. Soft aspects are a major role. That is why Japan has become success, and it is still sustaining. Is it not? Like this here. Okay. Adopt philosophy of win-win situation. C is dependence on mass inspection. As you say, quality control. Inspection is only okay, not okay. Product to achieve quality. Quality has to be inbuilt into processes, by proper selection of vendor, by proper training of the people, by proper manufacturing method, by proper calibration, by proper transportation, like this here. So quality has to be inbuilt in the processes and not end product inspection. That's what we're talking about. Earlier it was only checking of the, so mass inspection is not going to help us. So cease, he says, stop it, not accepted. Fourth, and the practice of award business on the basis of price tag only. कि ये low price वाला है इसलिए उसको दे दो. No. What value addition is trying to do that? So price is important, but price is not only the thing which I'll take care of. What is his interaction with me? What innovative way he's trying to do that? How he's interacting with during pre-tendering, during tendering, during execution, during post-operation also. So he's trying to make a relationship with me. So price may be 10 rupees more, but no. So don't only work. Price is important, but price is not the only thing to be taken care of. Relationship management will come here, so that I depend on him. Because if I am successful, he is successful. And if you want to become successful, he wants me to be successful. That's what he's talking about. Continually improve every process. We are talking about Kaizen, small improvement. We are talking about Cairo, which is called breakthrough improvement. So we talk about continuous to continual improvement, like this. Every day you need to improve and plan for better tomorrow. That we are talking about. Institute on-job training for skill enhancement. Very, very important. We they talk a lot of importance on the job training. Basically this comes for a grassroots level people. But this is we talk about competency based training. How do we define the competency? Anybody can unmute and tell me what do you mean by competency? Yes, what is competency?
Sir, skill sets which are required to get the job done effectively without zero error.
Good. That is skill enhancement. Basically, it comes here. What is your education? What is your knowledge? What is your experience? How this converted into what is the skill? Application of knowledge. That's what you're talking about. So when you try to build the competency, the competency building, you need to have a specialized training. So we had that 4-quadrant concept for competency build training, which I would not like to cover here. Basically, their concept of person has to be identified with 4 quadrants. Either he doesn't know anything, he knows something, but he need to be washed properly. Something he's independently done that, and something he can do it and he can train other people also. So we take normally for a particular person where what quadrant he is now and keep on doing training. So there's a competency-based training. Okay, so competency, skill enhancement is required now. With now artificial intelligence and machine learning and so many things, people like us, we also need to all those things required, whether we be maybe age-wise much ahead on the side, but we need a little bit that also. Something like the skill enhancement is very important for survival. Adopt and institute leadership, very role of important leadership style. They are talking about involvement of people, empowerment, leading and managing. Today we say we don't want manager, we want leaders. Who can lead, who can tell you and then they go off and they know what needs to be done. Leaders, something like that. Sir. Drive out fear and build trust. Monitoring, something continuous monitoring. Or if you don't do it here, you are punished.
No.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Can I go ahead? Okay. Drive out fear and build trust. The organization has to be built on trust. Department to department, department to person, department to vendor, department to supplier, department to dealer, all those things. Trust is very important. 9th, break down barriers between departments. That's what we're talking about. Abolish unhealthy competition. The concept was silo concept. I belongs to design department. I belongs to quality department. I belongs to maintenance department. These are the silo. So he said, break those silos. At the end of the day, the customer is seeing one only. So next department is my customer. So forget about end customer. I may not have seen also. Like a maintenance person will never see a end customer. End customer is normally seen by the marketing people or by the quality people when he comes for inspection or something like that here. So I will assume that where I am sending my output is my customer. If next department is my customer, if he is happy, he make another person happy. So that's the concept we are talking about. Here, department barriers. At the end of the day, you are not heading the department or are not from design department, you are from that organization. Your departmental camp is important, that you are from design, you are from market, that's okay. But at the end of the day, you are from particular company. So department barrier has to be removed. Okay, that's the talking about. Eliminate slogans, exhaustions and unrealistic target. That's what the concept nowadays. People are, burnout. Why it is happening today? Only because of unrealistic targets. That's what he is talking about here. In this. Eliminate arbitrary numerical targets. इतना बनाने का है, इतना करने का है. That goes long. Remove barriers that rob both daily workers as a management staff pride in workmanship. Yes. Why I am doing? Because I like the job. I am involved only because something is happening. My products are selling well because though I am from quality, though I am from product, though I am from store, how do I get connected with the entirety of the products? I am a store person. How to connect with my product? Because I am just delivering material. No, if the material is not properly stored, properly sent, properly not documented, product is not going to be made. So my role is also very important. So irrespective of any function, all functions are important. That's what we're talking about. Whether you are in canteen, whether you are in purchase, whether you are in maintenance, you are only maintaining machine. No, if machine is not maintained, the product is going to get rework. So every job, every function is important. That's what you're talking about. Okay, that's what. And pride in workmanship. Yes, best, the best. I will also give. I am the self-inspector of my job. I don't need somebody to check my job. Quality control, that's what the problem. Production people were unhappy because quality saying it is not correct. So they did not like that. So they say, why don't you come and do some work for me? So get together, workmanship. Encourage education and self-development. That's what you're talking about. Every day you will have to learn something. That's what you're talking about. Every day I have to learn something new with the present conditions which are changing at a breakneck speed. I need to be always on the toes. We always say sharpen your saw. What do you mean by that, Mr. Praveen Patil? Can you unmute and tell me what do you mean by sharpen your saw? क्या होता है ये? What is mean by sharpen your saw?
To keep on upskilling oneself every
Yes,
time.
very good. This is on Stephen Covey principle. So आज है वो कल नहीं है, और जो कल है वो परसों नहीं रहने वाला है. So what is going on? Where do I stand with respect to that, and what I need to acquire so that I will be best among the best? I am the best among the best. That's what you're talking about. Upgradation skills are very, very important. What is going on here? Right now, I may not be involved into that. Digital marketing, AI applications are there. So things are changing. Every organization, as the individual, as the leader, has to embrace those things are there. And of course, last but not the least, demonstrate top management commitment. Very, very important. Walk your talk. Many places this has not been seen, then the organization go down the hill, something like that. Uh, walk your talk. So you are really committed for people development. You are really committed for empowerment. You are committing for taking some challenging assignments. And if something goes wrong, yes, it will go wrong first time. But analyzing that what went wrong and not making same mistake next time, that's what the learning of that thing we're talking about. So if you see here, out of 14, almost 7 to 8 are related with the person. Other are related with the system or process or something like that here. That's the difference between Japanese quality management system philosophy and American or European way of working. Have you understood now? People are the foundation, people involvement, people participation, people into decision making, people need to get motivated. All these concepts are fundamental for organization stability and sustainability. Okay. So the time has come for some. Can you break for some time or shall I continue?
Yes, sir, we can take the break.
So we'll take some 10 minutes break.
Yeah, 10-minute break. So how it is going on, madam?
Yeah, it is good. I
Good,
am
okay.
able to understand everything.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you
sir.
very much. So maybe our 10-minute break.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
sir.
So have a cup of tea if required. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
ते शब्द कोण सोडवले असते नवद्र पूर्ण सोडवलं
पाणी हवं तुम्हाला
तसं गरम पाणी द्यायचं का पण अरे प्रेस वाला आलंच नाही आज हेलो हाँ अरे आप आए नहीं वेलेंटीना में कपड़ा लेने के लिए अच्छा सुनील है तो अच्छा तो दूसरे नंबर पे फोन करूं ओके out of the phone सुनील का फोन उचलतच नाही दुसरा आहे
Hello. Can you start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Good. Okay. Okay. So now, so these slides now converting those 14 points of Deming's, whether they're related to the system, statistical process controlling, or knowledge upgradation, nature, and last is related with the people, psychology and understanding of human behavior. So if you see here, first 2, 3, 4, system approach, we've been talking 4, 11, 14. Is it not? Statistical approach, he's talking about, variation, reduction, 3 and 5. Nature and scope of knowledge, upgradation are talking 6 and 13. But most of the point, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, all they are talking about people. That is where the difference between Deming's model, why it was successful in Japan, but nobody cared for him in America. That is why he went to Japan. Like this here, where they talks about human is the biggest potential, and that has to be tapped. And that is where most of the Japanese products are now become world class, and Toyota world-class manufacturing systems, or in India also Maruti cars, which is coming from Suzuki, was a not great company in Japan, but you see the Maruti has almost captured the market because systematic way of working, customer focus, rejects rework reduction, and continuous improvement. That basically talks about that. Is that clear? Okay. So therefore, what's the conclusion? Conclusion basically is irrespective of the technology hand you got, irrespective of the best process you got, irrespective of the best machines you got, unless until person behind them is charged, like Indian Army. Indian Army, why they have won the war against all the odds up till now? Only because behind that gun is the highly trained, motivated person who is going to make a difference. So his guns may not be the latest, but his mind and his motivation level is the highest among the all. That's what to make a difference. So that is why Deming is talking about. That doesn't mean all are not important. We need to move with the time, with the latest machine, with the latest system approach, with the latest technology development. That is also important. But training those people, getting them empowered, charge them, upgrade them, skill base them is the most important to make the holistic approach for organizational goals. That is why they are successful. Okay. So we are not going to undermine the importance of technology, which is also now very, very important. That's very important. So conclusion is involvement of people. That's where low of a leadership comes. So here a typical TQM model. Say again here, the foundation is based on total employee involvement through small group we call small group activity, SGA, SGIA, small group improvement activity, QC, quality circle, process improvement team, quality improvement team, key business process, all those things are there where everybody get involved, and again the foundation is 5S, which is workplace management. That also normally get covered into our module 4, where housekeeping is important, not cleaning something, but basically cleaning of the mind, which is very important. Cleaning of the cutter, which is here, has to be cleared. And then we knew a tangible thing, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. That we talk later when we go to the 5S concepts. Okay. The foundation for total quality management is involvement of the people through various things and 5S. First is customer focus. As you talk about, if there is no customer, there is no market. If there is no market, you are nowhere here. So customer focus, what he wants, when he wants, in quantity, in quality, in time, at the price which is demanding. Customer focus. Proactively working to make customer happy. So you on his own make something which he never thought of. So he become delighted or he become loyal to you. Okay. Through that your process applications are through. Then comes to policy management. Here we talk about involvement of deployment of the policy. We had a vision followed by the mission, followed by the strategy, followed by the goals, followed by the objectives. So it's a top driven, bottom up. We call policy deployment. So we talk about a shared vision nowadays. Vision is not of one organization leader, but it's a vision of the people who are working together. So we do exercise, which is called large scale integrated process, LSIP, or real time strategic change, where we get involved the people and ask them to write what according to them should be the company after 20 years. So it's a vision. The vision is like a dream. It is unlikely to be getting into materialize. But unless until we have vision, we are not going to go anywhere. So vision is normally not attainable, but at least we know what needs to be done. So vision is which people get charged. I'll be the best among the best, something like that here. Vision, like this. Vision is followed by the mission. Mission is specific to your operation. Like Wellinger will go only in teaching. They will not go into manufacturing, or Tata's will not go into some other area. They are basically manufacturing or what it may be there. So what is your core area? So through that core area, I am going to make something happen attaining that vision. So vision, mission, strategy. Strategy is a long term. Normally 1 year, 5 years like this. And nowadays, because of IT system, the strategy has become only 6 month time, So strategy always conventional brick and mortar company, when we work, is about 4 years, 5 years, like this here. Strategy, a long-term planning. But now that long term is become a short term because things are changing so fast. So we need to get tuned to that to make our processes applying to them, responding to that. So policy deployment. So how do we make people get connected with this? So we call policy deployment model, we call Honrikashi model, key business, key focus area, measurement aspect, all this will come under policy management. Then comes product and process, as it talks about here. How do you design a product? What is the, again, as you talk about, what is the process? Take care of the process. The result will come automatically. Who has said this? Anybody? Can somebody unmute and tell me who has said this? Take care of the result. Take care of the process. Result will come automatically. Yeah, Jankana? Any idea?
I'm confused between Schwartz and Deming.
No, it is our own Guru, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi. You are not
Mahatma
even
Gandhi, okay.
Yes, Mahatma Gandhi
Okay.
said, you are not an order, what is quality? But he said, take care of the process. Result will come automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it is not only the result which is important, it is the result with the process. That's what important. Okay. So follow the right process, the right product, you are going to get it. That we are talking about. So product and process design, very, very important. Input, validation, output, feedback. So we got two feedback. One coming from your process, which is called voice of process, which improve your operation, or another is voice of customer. That is a complaint or happy or unhappy, what it may be there. So both are important. Voice of process for how much rework is taking place, how much maintenance going like, all those the input is there. So input, validation, output, feedback. That's the model normally we talk about here in process application. Okay, yeah. Then we are talking about general improvement initiatives, we talk about here, which should be a part of our operation. Then we are talking about company specific improvement initiative, like key business process, introduction of new product is a key business process because companies or a competitor is coming every day. Now, if you want to TV or if you want to mobile business, every day there is a change taking place. So how do you compete all with this? So naturally, you have to specific improvement initiative in those areas where you need a breakthrough improvement. Normally, we talk improvement through Kaizen done by everybody on their operation. Small improvement, which is called Kaizen. What is required? But required also breakthrough improvement, which is normally coming from process development or from R&D application. So both has to be required. So Kaizen plus Kairo, small improvement plus breakthrough improvement or specific initiative has to be taken on continuous basis. So like that we've been talking about. Like with your application of GChat and all those things which is coming up here, everything has changed. Everything is totally changed. So I need to look into my process and see how I take advantage of that to go know to the customer, proactively understand what they need and design my product and to make that product operational, make the process clear. Yeah. 6, integrated management system. Same thing we are talking about. This talks about 3 aspects. We are talking right now in integrated management. We call IMS. One is quality management system, we talk about quality of all operation, whether it's a purchase or whether it's a production or whether it's a HR or whether it is a store. Integration of all these things, which is through ISO 9001, 2015, which we'll discuss. Second is ISO 14,000, which is environmental related aspect. I need to take care of that, which is 14,000. And the third is ISO 45,000, which is recently revised, which is called Operational Health and Safety Assessment System. Okay, so therefore integrated now, there are many other management systems are also coming. If you are into a food safety, then I got food safety management system, which is ISO 22,000. If I into a IT maintenance system, I got ISO 50, maybe 27,000. If I into energy management system, which is latest, I got ISO 50,000. So the systems are coming up. So to make organization work or taking help to become effective and efficient. So you need to understand what type of management systems are important. These three, ISO is fundamental. All other systems are built on QMS 9001 only. Okay, so that has to be integrated so that we could minimize the documentation, we can minimize the audit, we can minimize the, so many things are there. So many organizations are trying to do that. Then, of course, information and technology, which is IT based now. Everything is now IT based only. So you need to be very strong so that seamless transformation take place rather than silo concept. Every department got own operation, which was earlier time. Now we had a seamless operation through enterprise resource planning. We are talking ERP. Earlier it was MRP1, MRP2. Those are now gone. So basically, through information technology, I am trying to do seamless operation by integrating the same documents or same information passed from marketing department to production department, so that everybody work on the same platform, other than individual having his own operation. That was a drawback in earlier concepts. Okay, so that's we talk about enterprise resource planning. Fundamentally is through information technology, IT system. And eighth is the human. Yes, very, very important. Human resource management. We call people's management. We got CMM model, capital, capability, maturity, index model. CMM, mostly we do in IT. So various levels we've been talking about here, how people and process are integrated together to make something happen. Okay, so various type of models are there. This is one model which I think Demings is promoting in L&T. When I was there, we have promoted circular model. I don't know whether you can able to see that. I'd like to show that. I don't know whether you can able to see that. I will explain to that. And next time it will be a high level as a part of slide. There are three segments I am showing it here. Okay. The first is total employee involvement, which is the top. Okay, total employee involvement. Under this, I got leadership. Under this, I got team working. Under this, I got decision making. Involvement of the people, you got consensus make decision making. Involvement. I got empowerment. So all this has to be channelized. For that, I use Kaizen for involvement, quality circle, 5S, like this here. So this is a role of a leadership to make vision, mission, quality policy, quality objective. So organization is driven. The second part coming is waste identification and elimination. Very, very important role. The processes has to be lean. Processes has to be value-added. So I do value stream mapping and understand what is happening there. So we got just in time. We got just in time methodology, waste elimination, the problem get exposed. And we are not worried if the problems are exposed. If the problems are exposed, they need to be solved. And they will be solved through attaining quality control problems. We call problem solving through root cause analysis, 7 quality tools, 7 advanced tool, statistical process control, 6 Sigma methodology. All these are the tools and technique. Just now we've been talking about that. And through that, we are talking continuous improvement. So idea is there, Keep on moving and go to the top. But when you are at the top, don't relax because somebody is going to push you from there also. So idea is there, if something goes wrong, again there is a circle. So idea is that what went wrong, we talk about PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check and act. What went wrong need to be improved. What went good has to be standardized. So PDCA become SDCA, standardized. Again, standard will be changing over the year. Again, go for PDCA. So we'll also talk when it comes to the PDCA cycle. So all are integrated. That's what I'm talking about. So this was a TQM model we followed that time. Then there was a world-class model which was made by the Birla group of company, which I was associated with. They got world-class management system. Similar model they exist here. But being a Birla company, they got a cash management because it's a Birla company. So there is important of at the end of the day, I need to have cash. I may be involvement of the people, that's a good. That's nice. But where is the cash? Cash has to come. So they are also important of cash management also, which is I find different in Birla group of company. Very, very important because you may talk all great thing, but if you don't have money, what you are going to do? You know, so at the end of the day, my babu must tell me that sir कल 100 रुपए थे आज 120 रुपया है और कल का प्लानिंग हमारे 140 का है. You know, so that is also at the end of the day, it's money which speaks. Okay, so all these initiative must bring your cost, must bring your customers. You understood? That's very important. Good. Yeah. Is it clear? Yeah. So that's the model. Okay. Now let us talk about the thing where I work, which is called Larsen & Toubro group of company. Now this is model we have just shown here. Let us see what they are talking about. They are talking about our total quality management policy is to provide right quality product and services to customer at right price, 4R, right price, right quantity, and right time, which we reckon as a TQM thing we are talking about here. 4R he is talking about. Have you understood? Good. How we do it here? So this is their vision or their this thinking. But how we are going to do that? This will be done to achieve this. Above policy, we shall. Why you shall is mandatory. Shall is mandatory, no choice. We have to do this. We shall integrate various improvement initiative undertaken by us over the years. We have been talking about rise from 1987, a lot of initiatives, I was part of that. We have taken quality management system, ISO 9000. We have taken AMS, ISO 14000. We have taken operation health, 45,000. Six Sigma for process, defect free. FAMA, what you call? Failure mode effect analysis. Why things are failed or likely to fail, like this here. VE, what is VE? Value engineering. Is another good techniques to minimize the extra from the things and make your product design lean. It's a value engineering. Very good concept. And TPM, which is called total productive maintenance, which is combination of all. In volume 4, I'm going to cover that. And of course, lean manufacturing. We talk about lean means minimization of waste we are talking about here under TQM umbrella. Okay, yeah. Therefore, sustenance. Towards sustenance, we shall work toward enhancements of participation, involvement of people, and undertake PDC approach, plan, do, check, act, in all spheres of our activity. So this is another policy. Every company, I'm very sure where you are company, you also must have planned this, this, because this is a guiding principle. We talk about how we are going to work. What are the various methodologies available to us? So one is outwardly driven. We talk about customer focus. One out part is there. Top portion is customer driven. What he wants. How we are going to make it? Through the second part. So internalization, we talk about process improvement. And then third is the involvement of the people. Are you very clear? Customer, process, and product, and involvement of the people. If with that, things are going to happen. So that's what we've been talking about. So quality policy of organization based on quality policy. This is a company level. Then we come out with department level objectives. Then that are deployed company level policy, company level objective, and then we come department level objective. Then ultimately we come to individual level also. That's what we do in our HR system or your appraisal system talks about that. You as an individual must be get connected with the department objective, and department object interns are connected with the company objectives. So that's we call deployment. We call it policy deployment or something like that. Yeah. So this is all integrated. So leadership is now going to talk about involvement of the people through vision, through mission, through objectives, get them involved through Kaizen, quality circle, 5S, like this here. And they will go to the various processes to minimize the waste and do value addition more rather than non-value activity. Okay. Now, just on one word, what do you mean by value addition? And what is non-value addition? Can you have somebody tell me, please? Anybody can mute and tell me what do you mean by value addition? All value added and what is non-value added?
Something my work is added to company in process or some new innovative idea can
Okay, come again. I'm not able to hear properly.
something my work is profitable or innovative ideas is profitable to the company. That is
Yeah, generally we talks about that we do a lot of activities right from the morning when I entered. I punch my card, I walk to my department, I open my computer. For all this activity, each customer is going to pay for you. Then I got the latest machine. Each company is going to pay for me. No.
No.
The idea, these are my business activity I need to do. But activity for which customer is going to pay is called value addition. Like, in a blank purchase order or purchase indent, when I write something, a specific purchase request, and when it goes to the end, then it becomes value added because I'm likely to get a product or item or a component or an assembly which is going to make the product, which ultimately customer is getting that. So customer is ready to pay, like this. So, or in my process, like a manufacturing, I got a sheet steel which is coming. It is stored. It is coming from, let us see, from maybe some steel company. It is been unloaded and kept in that. Then it is transported to the machine shop. Then machine is on and some work is going on, some punching, some drilling, then again it's going to wait for something. Then it will go to another. So I feel now customer is not going to pay me for its storage, for its transportation. He will only pay me when that machine get cut. On that machine, my sheet still get cut. It's a value added. There is a drilling, it is get value added. But now it is in transport to the paint shop, it is not value added. But painting, he will able to pay for me. So when I analyze my whole day activities, I do 100 activities. Out of that, only 10 activities are value added for which customer is paying. 75, maybe 50 activity or business activity which I need to do for my operation, but remaining activity are non-value activity. We understood that. So when you talk about waste elimination or value stream mapping, we do all this activity very clear. What is value added? How much time it's going to take? Like this here. So therefore, we've been talking about all these activities. So value added, at the end of the day, I will be paid only through my value added activity. So my role is to be minimize or make zero non-valued activities, minimize business activity because customer is not paying, but enhance or increase value added activity for which customer is paying. Is it clear? Okay, good. So that's what the policy talking about. Okay. Therefore, now we are coming to the, once we understood the holistic approach of quality, role of leadership, now we are actually coming to let us see whether you make a product or you make a service, tangible or intangible. You have to do process-based application everywhere to make something happen. Again, input, validation, output, feedback, and all that. So how the thing has been done. So in 1987, ISO, that is International Organization for Standards. The first standard come in 1987, for uniform understanding of the customer requirements and converting that into a product or service through series of process or what it may be there. So the end product goes to the customer. You take the customer feedback and improve. So it's a continual improvement process which we are talking about. So 87 for the first ISO standard, it revised. As you say, standard also need to be revised. So first revision came where the concept called corrective action and preventive action came in 1994. Then another revision take place and come ISO 2000, 9000, 2000. Then came 2008 and 2000 was a major changes, customer focus and a lot of things have come. 2008 was not much of the major change came now, which is a prevailing in the industry, which is also likely to change within next 2 years now. The draft is already in the process now. 9000, 2015, which is the latest standard. Okay. Next standard which is likely to come, maybe normal, if you see the standards 87, 94, 2000, 2008, 2015, takes about 6 to 8 years for making. So now we are expecting, it is already late now, should have come by 2022, but now it is delayed. It is now coming at maybe 2025. But today, the best standard right now taking place here, which is the foundation of everything. All other standards are now, it is called based on this. Whether environmental standard, whether you got 50,000 standard, whether you got safety management system, all are based basically foundation. Foundation is quality management system, which is ISO 2015. Okay, so here we've been just tried to do some reference of 2008 and 2015 just for clarity on that. But as far as you are concerned, always try to understand 2015 standard. Is it clear? Okay. So it's a system based. What is TQM is different than standard. TQM is talking about improvement or result. Basically we will talk about here. ISO standard here is not talking most of a result oriented. If you see business excellence model also talk about results, but ISO standard basically talks about how you do your operation, document it properly, do according to that, make standard operating procedure, make measurement of the system, understand the customer requirement, tabulate it properly, make proper review with things, do the operation properly, do proper control, everything properly done it here. So that is the standard become very, very popular. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, just for information, we make it here different. What was the difference between 2008 and 2015? Both were customer focused. Without customer, you are not there. It remains same. But toward sustenance in organization must be a customer centric. That is that's a normal. Nobody can deny that. You don't have customer, you don't have anything. So nothing changed. There was a role of leadership style, as you talk about here. Now, as you talk about, we can find the different type of leaders to make the organization successful. It can be as you talk about here, Dr. Kurian. Anybody says Dr. Kurian? Who was the Dr. Kurian? Anybody? Yes, Praveen Patil or Jankana, can you unmute and tell me who was Dr. Kurian?
I have heard his name, but I don't recall now.
You know Amul? Amul?
Yes, Amol.
Who has
Yes.
started that Indian dairy?
Yeah.
This was a cooperative movement. in Amul, near, Badoda, Gandhinagar. That's what we're talking about.
Varghese Kurian.
Ladies, yes, he was the brainchild behind the Amul, Korean. So his leadership style was different, Then we had a Chandrasekhar Rao. I don't know whether you know, he was basically maybe a dictator type. I am not sure. Kharnar, he was also leader who was in municipal corporation, So we need a different of leadership style to make it successful. It can be autocratic, it can be dictator, but what is expected is something like Wipro, Prem Namji, or something like Infosys, something like our Abdul Kalam. The leadership style is a different thing, So very important, visionary leadership. That's what you're talking about. Okay. So that was another standard, sorry, another clause for that. Then we have got involvement of people. That was changed to engagement of people. What's the difference? Scope is extended to lifelong partnership rather than short term. You see, involved means yes, in that particular project, I was involved. And now no more, project is gone. But when I'm taking engage, I'm involved for a long time. Our vendors are involved us for a long time. That is where supplier chain management comes. There why dealership management comes. There was customer relation management come. Means they are not one time. They are involved me on continuous basis. So it changed to involvement of people. Another standard, another clause. Then we got a process approach remains same. As we input, output, validation, there's a process, and everything we take the feedback for improvement. So that's a process. Okay. System approach was basically deleted because that anyway, all processes become ultimately system. What is the system? Integration of all processes become system. In system, you got processes. In processes, we got various tasks. And for doing that task, we got various activities, So these are all interacted related. Like marketing, is a system. Under marketing, we got different processes. Tendering is a process. Customer acquisition is process. Promotional activity is a process. All are different processes to make marketing as a system. And under that different processes, like in tendering, I got a different task or different activity. I study the specification. I check what is available with me. I do my price estimation. These are all activities I do, and then do a lot of tasks of calculation. They are all are interacted. Therefore, activities are everywhere the quality aspect is coming in here. So therefore, earlier there was a system approach, they eliminated in 2015 because process is a part of system. Now coming to continual improvement to improvement. Without that, as you say, you must do today better than yesterday and plan for tomorrow better than what we did today. Therefore, continual improvement consisting of small improvement normally they were talking about. So there is a lot of confusion between continuous and continuous. So now we are only talking about improvement, which is class 10 looks like. I'll check that. So while continual improvement refers to small improvement, we talk about Kaizen, which is done by every person at whatever level is it. But we want combination of small improvements done by the 90% of the people, but 10% of the people who are in R&D, who are in process team, they need to do breakthrough improvement. So small improvement doesn't cost much money, much involvement or much resources. But here it takes time. It consumes a lot of money. Like conventional telephone system has changed from tick, 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 to the now we are going to do everything. Totally changed. It's a breakthrough improvement. Machines, earlier simple machine, lathe machine, these are changed to Amada machine, everything done at the one place only with computer program. It's a breakthrough improvement. Based on computer, we are doing breakthrough improvement. So organization has to channelize involvement of people through Kaizen and breakthrough improvement with R&D or process improvement team. So that is coming through this one. Okay. 6. So improvement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7. Earlier it was factual approach to decision making, database management. Nothing is evidence based, evidence means basically we have seen that this is the data. So we talk database management, all your decision making It's not because Khadagade is saying something, because Mandlikar is saying something, nothing doing. What is the data? Collection of data, monthly, daily, production target, maintenance schedule, all this data we are supposed to collect and study that and then take the decision. So that is we jokingly said, next to God, we believe in data. I'll repeat, next to God, we believe in data. जैसे दर्पण झूठ न बोले, if I stand in front of a mirror in the morning, I know this is white. I cannot use कितना भी हमने लगाया इधर काला, तो भी मैं तो बूढ़ा हो गया हूँ. By age I am Buddha, but by my system I am still young. So that's what we are talking about. Data. So data will not speak, but data has to be collected properly. If the data is wrongly collected, then everything goes wrong. So decision based, the evidence based they are talking about here. Collect data, analyze data. For that, we got that problem solving tool. We got quality circle where involved blue collar people. We for higher level we got small group activity, or we got task force activity. So idea involvement through data collection and make the problem solved or minimized like this. So this, and then of course last but not the least is rather than mutual beneficial, they are converted into relationship. Very good word. Relationship between me and my supplier. If he is not supplying in time, I have gone. So earlier time, supplier was taken granted कि भैया आपको तो इधर आने का है, बैठने का है, and when we get time we'll talk to you. But no, today's generation, suppliers are more knowledgeable than product manufacturer, because the next generation are doing all this activity. They are written from USA or some other countries, and they are doing, their father who had the business, now they are doing it here. So take care of their knowledge. Don't treat them as a step brother or something like that here. We need to get them involved, because if you are want to success, you make them also success. So it's a win-win situation. So that is relationship management. Relationship between the department to department, department to management. Then from marketing to the dealers, ultimately they are selling my product. Dealer to the end users, or retail. All these are required. So retails, dealers, all see outward chain toward customer and incoming chain. Some who are outside my periphery, I need to have a proper relationship with them. So they will consider me as their, their mentor. Because if I am successful, they got a business. Other way around also, if they do something, they sell in the market, then I am successful. So I am not just alone. I need to manage the relationship. That is what talks about. Logic here is that for sustained organization, manage their relationship with all interested parties, whether it can be employees, it can be customer, it can be supplier, it can be your dealer, it can be your sub-dealer, it can be your marketing agency or something like that here. You are not alone, like this here. So understand the importance of chain, which is very important, and chain has to be strong. So therefore now ISO 9001 talks about the 7 principle, which was earlier 8, which is given that here. Is it clear? So it's a system-based approach for productionization or service realization of whatever you do, whether you are in bank, whether you're in the hospital, whether you're into a hospitality business, or whether you are into a mutual fund application, or whether you are into a car manufacturing, or whether you are into a pharmaceutical industry, you need to follow methodological way of working, which has been come through ISO 9001, 2015. Clear? So anybody can unmute and tell me, is it okay?
Sir, I was just noting it down. Can you go to slide, earlier slide, point one,
Okay.
two?
Okay. Yes.
Earlier, before
Earlier.
this, sir, 1, 2,
Yes.
1, 1.
One more. Yes.
Okay. So 1 second, I'm just noting it down.
Okay. No issue.
So please go to 3 and 4 point.
3 and 4 slide.
3 and 4 point.
Acha, 3 and 4.
Principle, principle
Okay.
3 and 4.
Good. Okay. So what is the question?
No, I'm just noting it down.
Acha.
I was making notes, so I missed out on writing.
But you will be having this book, no?
Yeah, book is there, but like,
Okay.
making
Okay.
points while
Okay.
then I refer the notes.
Yeah. No issue. Good. I'm happy.
Sir, then 5 and 6 point.
Okay. Yeah. So shall I go ahead?
Yeah, 5 and 6, sir.
Okay, 5 and 6. Okay.
Sir, we can go ahead. I've
Okay.
copied.
7 and 8.
Yeah, 7, 8 I copied.
Very good. So just for information, you remember ISO 9000:2015, which is a running standard. Okay. System based, like this here. In the system, we got a process based application is make the products. Okay. So think about that. Good. Okay. So now we'll come into some finer aspect of the standard. We are not going to very detail. What basically changed now in this 2015 was some of this aspect. So we are now going to cover that only. External and internal issues they are talking about, needs and expectation of interested party. They are also talking about risk and opportunity, something new which has come in 2015, which was well accepted and well appreciated for business to be sustainable or successful. So that is why we thought we'll explain this as a part of standard, external and internal issues. Okay, and needs and expectation of interested party. As I talks about, what are the interested party? Customer, your employees, your shareholders, your society at the large, they're all interested parties, your vendors, So what are their expectations? So we need to tabulate that. And external and internal issues. What is that? These are the things. External means the condition under which you are operating. They are going to make a lot of effect on your operation. Like government rules and regulations. Like the artificial intelligence and the GChat and all these. A lot of things are going to make things different, entirely things different. So these are the external issues. I must study that and understand the effect of that in my operation. So like external, government policy are changing, dollars to rupee rate are changing like anything. If I am everything exporting or I am doing everything importing, these are my external issues. I need to worry about that. How is it going to happen like this? So I must try to understand what are the external which I don't have control, but they are controlling my operation, which I can't control them. It's like rupee value, maybe operation or degradation, or new thing which is coming up, regulations are coming up here, environment regulations coming. I need to follow that, but they are going to affect my operation. So I must, what are products in area? Suppose I am into a pharmaceutical industry, so I must follow GMP. Now, so if the GMP is changed, much stricter, then it's going to affect me. So it's my external thing, like this here. Like that. So what are those things? I must try to understand what are the things in environment affecting my operation. I must tabulate them and be ready to act based on that. What are the internal issues? Organization, they are internal to my working. I can control. Like there is a technical gap now we'll find because of this chat GPT and AI and machine learning. Now, this is internal issue. If I don't put in this into practice, I will be out of business. So I need to do proper training, get people trained like this. These are internal issues, something like this here. Maybe skill-based training people has to be required now. Right? That's here. There can be some union-related problem which I need to solve. Again, this will be internal issue. So we'll take some example there and then try to understand. What I'm trying to say there, business entity, I am not alone. I am in working where I've been controlled by external environment. I must understand what are those elements from there which are affecting my operation. I must take care of that. That is one aspect. But in addition to that, within the organization, there are a lot of other issues which are not able to meet the requirement of a customer. Right time, right price. What are those? I need to beat that gap. I must tabulate that also and take action on that. So I must tabulate that. Very important. It talks about ISO clause number 4.1, ISO clause number 4.2. As you all know that there are 10 clauses out of that. You start basically from 4 only. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Needs and expectation. Again, needs from who, what they want from me. Maybe my supplier, maybe government regulation, maybe like this. Their needs because they want something. And for that, what they expect, I need to tabulate. So under 4.1, 4.2, I need to do a detailed exercise and start my activity further. And of course, value creation and support process we know what exactly that. Okay, we will take some example. Therefore, in this chapter, we will done. Okay, and then value creation. Okay, value creation. They are coming in the this one. Okay, no problem. Okay, I will just right now click because we'll come to later on this one. Okay. Okay. Now let us talk about the example of external issue for any. Suppose I am into maybe a car manufacturer. Okay, let us say I am in Maruti. I want to understand what is happening now. So what is my, if I am a management representative or a top level person, I need to worry about external issues. Market competition. Is it there? Yes, very much there. So I need to plan where I am, what is the gap, what is my strength, what is my weakness. I do SWOT analysis for that and do something, market competition. Brand image, like I say, Maruti is a brand image. Amul is a brand image. DHL, courier is a brand image. Xerox, we say Xerox de do. But Xerox is not the name of company, no? What is the name of that company? एक Xerox दे दो हम लोग बोलते हैं इसको because it's a brand, है ना? So brand image that will get affected if I don't understand what is happening outside. Okay. Government policies, yes. Euro norms, electrical vehicles. Things are changing for much in a much different way now. Electrical vehicles. How I'm going to do all these things, So everybody is working. Mahindra is working. Tata is already working. Now Tata is also working for that, what is the hydrogen fuel. They're already come out of that, also exporting that. So that was the act before something forced to act that. That's what Tata is doing now. Hydrogen related thing. Oh, this is going to happen. Euro norms for the pollution control. Tax structure, yes. It is a great burden. Every day there is a fight between GST. सब पे GST लग रहा है. So GST may go down, GST may come. If you are into, say, a tobacco business, the GST is going to kill you, is it not? But if you are into maybe some environment related issues where company will go better, they will reduce the GST for your application. So where application, where your product, where your service, how is going to affect because of government rules and regulation, I must understand and plan my activity. Okay. So export market, yes. Nowadays, very difficult. But now, over the years, I think a lot of things are getting exported. But still, we had a lot way to do something there. Like China is basically, we are almost 80-90% activity from China, like this year. So that has to be reduced now. That one of the export. So these are the things which are affecting my operation, which I don't have control. Is it not? GST आ गया मतलब मेरे को देना ही पड़ेगा. Government policy, they will say no from tomorrow, no diesel car. तो क्या करेगा? करना ही पड़ेगा. यूरो नॉर्म applicable करना पड़ेगा. So I don't have control. I need to plan my processes to make that happen. Okay. Yeah. Of course, pandemic situation like what you talk about in what is that recently, or everything becomes standstill. You know, maybe a war situation also, what is happening now in Europe, with Russia and other Ukraine and all this is going on for last 2 years. It affected so many things, it changed so many things. You know, oil supply thing for European becomes a problem, but India was smart enough to work with the Russian people so that there is no problem. So people have changed, something like that, sir. Okay, so we need to change proactively. See, this is going to affect in what? Okay, Corona has changed fantastic operation. Everything became digitized, like what you are doing now. It was not possible before that. So I can talk to anybody anytime like this here. So take this advantage of the situation and what is going to affect in that. That are the actual issue. I don't have control, but I have been forced to take care of that. So that is one aspect, 4.1. New technology, as I explained already, electrical car or chat GPT or artificial intelligence or machine learning, so many things are coming like this here. So I just cannot say nothing going to happen. It's already started happening. Okay. So I need to take care of that. Good. Okay. Next example of internal issues. I had a problems of delivery to customer. You know, everything is in my hand. My process is not optimized. So I need to improve because customer is complaining about that. So on time in full delivery to customer is a internal issues. So think about that. Another process. OTIF, receipt of vital inputs on time. So I must to strengthen my supplier management system. Supply chain management you're talking about here. I must get the right material, right time, right quality. And out of 10 suppliers, my role is to minimize to the 5 and make out of 5, 4 self-certified. So I did not do any further activities of inspection and doing. Once the item is come, directly go to the where it got mounted, no problem solved that. So that is the area where I need to improve because that's what you're talking about. So on time, supplier, internal issue. Design of new product coming out right first time. This is a major problem in most of the Indian companies that product launching time in R&D was 6 to 8 years. In our case, I do not name the company where I worked. Compared to that, Japan's products were coming every 2 years, 3 years. We were nowhere. Then we started with key business process, try to improve the process, value addition, all things are there. So again, I cannot take now 2 years for launching a new product because the market wants 1 year. If I into mobile business, then I want to do every day. This one business like Apple. There's a benchmark. Apple. They are costly, but people are still going for Apple. Something like that here. So similarly, new products, if I want to launch, my launching time, production launch time, it was already 2 years. चलता था, अभी नहीं चलने वाला है. So these are my internal issues. I need to address that by cross-functional team following, by understanding, design review at regular interviews, more interaction with the people, with the supplier, and do short, like this here. Or we talk about working together as a team rather than individual department, breaking one product team bana diya. They will work together to launch a product so that they will work together at a common place rather than this department, that department take a lot of time. So that another activity I can plan. Okay. Cost competitiveness, as I told, every organization today has a major agenda only of cost minimization for survival. Forget about making profit. वो बाद में आएगा. पहले cost को कम करना है. For that, value addition को बढ़ाने का है. Non-value activity कम करने का है. For that, problem solving tool करके like this here. So they are all my internal issues. I need to take care of that. Okay. Seasonal business, yeah. Many companies work on like a Navneet industry, which you are working. They make all these diaries and these what do you call copies and everything are there. जैसे स्कूल का बच्चों का चालू होता है उनका बढ़ जाता है बाद में कम हो जाता है. So where do I stand? Sugar cane factory based on during the only this time like rain related issues are there. Umbrella manufacturing also based on that. So what type of my business Is it affecting to the seasons or it is irrespective of that? You know, like car is not going to affect with the busy season. But if I am to umbrella or if I am into some sugar cane, which is only coming to the during based on the good crop conditions and all that are there, something like that here. Okay, so have you understood now what is external internal issue? Okay, product and organizational approval going to take a lot of time. Now, many products need government approval, which was not there earlier because of the environment thing, because of sustainability, which of the pollution control. So, am I ready for that? Have I got department? There was no department earlier in my organization. Now I need to form a department of sustainability. That person is going to interact with all regulating bodies so that whatever I am doing, the material which I am using, the process which I am following is not going to harm the environment, which was not there. Have you understood now? So therefore, internal issues are under my control. External issues, I need to get into that and do something. Are you clear that? Okay. And of course, effectiveness of QMS, as you talked about, when the audit take place, major non-conformance, minor non-conformance, so every audit, either of a certification body, lot of NCs are coming, means your QMS is not effective. So management review is not effective. Your internal audit, they are not properly trained. So we know what needs to be done there and accordingly we do that here. You understood now? The organization, have to take care of that external issue. Just understand and act upon that. Internal issues I had control. Is it clear now? Okay. Well, let us talk about needs and expectation. Okay. Whom I am acting, let us say government agency. What are their needs? What is that one? Timely. So they want timely payment. Is it not like this here? Their need is like that. They want on-time full submission of all relevant documents without error. This is their expectation. This is a need. And why they need? What are their expectations? So that harmonious working, improving brand image, increasing personal business. So what I'm saying, we are interacting with so many people. What are their needs? Why they want and what are the expectations? I must tabulate. Let us talk about consultant and NGO. Normally we work with many organizations. So when we work with the consultant, they are sharing best practices. Okay. New approach to the community services because of NGO. Now, why it is required expectation is sustainability, growth. So organization must tabulate all these things to understand where we are. Okay. Now let us talk about external vendor. As you say now, most of the organization, 90 to 80% is coming from supplier. So what is his needs? His needs is he wants regular orders so that he can do a better job. At the same time, for increasing business, he was increasing order quantity. More number of orders he wants. That is his needs. At the same time, he doesn't want disruption in order. उसको बोले stop करो, होता है. बाद में दूसरा आ रहा है, तो खत्म हो जाता है problem. And he want timely payment. Very, very important. That's a needs. Okay. This expectation is because if that happens, business growth. Because then he will able to supply to you in time, you are able to do it in time. And rigorous follows in for right quality, right quantity, right price, and right time. So therefore, we must understand the ISO talks about needs and expectation of interested party. Now, interested party can be government agency, it can be an NGO, it can be external suppliers, it can be dealer, it can be many other things are there. Now, suppose I have been doing a lot of work for educations. So for education college, who are the interested party? First is Mumbai University, because they expect that results should come in time. They expect teaching should be proper. there should be resource, there building होना चाहिए, lab होना चाहिए. These are all they need expectations. That is one aspect. Second is maybe some NAC accreditation they want or some certification body accreditation they want. So उनका भी expectation है कि वे documentation होना चाहिए, audit होना चाहिए. So these are their issues are there. The most important thing is the parent. What is parent expectation from the student? Student in college. भैया college का क्या expectation है student? तो भैया college वालों ने बराबर पढ़ाना चाहिए, उसका development होना चाहिए. So all these are the needs of the parent. And the need of the society is also there. That college वाले जो बाहर आएंगे, they are employable, they are properly skilled, properly trained. So these are different ways. So different organizations will make this needs and expectation in a different way to understand the business implication of all these things are there. So this ISO 9000 was very, very particular about this to be documented. Okay, एक minute. Here talks about, let's see, employees. What employees want? Needs job security. है क्या आजकल job security? Difficult? Yes, we have passed through that now. Okay. Decent compensation package. Yes, पैसा भी चाहिए. Yeah. Nowadays, every day you can see from LinkedIn, everybody saying हमको निकाल दिया, then they have done it here. बहुत बेकार atmosphere है. So that's what happening. It's not a satisfaction level. Employee want, he should be satisfied. The job should be given as per his skill. He should get promotional chances. He got higher responsibility. So his expectation is growth. His expectation is brand image has to be increased. So employees. Now same way, directors also want something. Or you can see the owner. Owners want what? He doesn't want he is not a government, no profit. He want profitability. भैया कुछ भी करो, profit तो चाहिए, ना तो company बंद हो जाएगा. So his expectation is profitability. He wants no industry relation problems. आजकल तो कम हो गया है. एक जमाना था, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 90s वेयर उसका मारामारी था, यूनियन एंड पर्सन. तो इसलिए बॉम्बे का सब कंपनी बंद हो गया. क्यों हो गया ऐसा? आज है क्या कोई कंपनी बॉम्बे में? ना और सर्विस इंडस्ट्री सब बाहर चला गया, बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट टेकन केयर ऑफ दैट. देयर वाज वन इंसिडेंट आई जस्ट वांट टू शेयर. I was to work with Aditya Birla company, and there was one HR, one Mr. Khan. So I was to interact with him, and he was from earlier generation. So there is a lot of problems in most of the companies. So he was joking, Mandlekar, we used to apply 3R principle. I've been told to apply 3R principle whenever somebody comes for negotiation. That time union has to come for negotiation. तो पहले है 1R is for रुकवा देंगे, उनको आने नहीं देंगे. सेकंड, इतना नेगोशिएट करके उनको रुला देंगे. थर्ड इज रगड़ देंगे, खत्म कर देंगे. The 3R that was happening, that is why all the problem. But now over the years things have changed because HR become HRD. It is not only compensation, we want people to get developed. They are the best resource, so that is why you find HRD has become very prominent after 1990 only. Now we are talking a lot of importance of the people. That is why all these things, union relations come ho gaya. A lot of things started happening good. So that's what we were talking. Okay. So satisfaction level, enhanced life. Director one, seamless working and work-life balance. Of course, nowadays a lot of problems. People are working 24 hours connected, with the laptop, with these, all the other, that also affecting the work, because most of the people are working with American company or with South Asian company where the time frame is there. So particular person or particular Indian origin, they are 24 hours connected. Where is the work life? So that's what also we're talking about here. So these are all issues we need to think about. Okay. Yeah. So anybody unmute and tell me, is it clear? Yes, Praveen, have you understood? Praveen Topwal. or Praveen Patil? Bolo, bolo. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Have you understood now? External issue,
Yes, sir.
internal issues, needs and expectation. So these need to be tabulated properly for doing the job. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. 1 minute. So, अभी क्या बाकी है? Okay. Good. So, ISO 9, shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So 2015 is highlighted in 8th module title operation. Okay, good, no problem. There are various clauses you're talking. So it comprises, we are talking about the ISO 9001 2015 clauses. Operation means we are converting maybe material into a product or maybe service. So operation planning and control, requirement of product and services. Right now, we just have to understand because I don't know how many people have seen this standard. Have you seen this here, ISO 9001? Praveen, you are into a quality, na? Hello? Praveen, can you unmute? Hello? Or who will speak? Praveen or yes? Dhankar?
There are two Praveens, so you have to, specify.
I am talking about the other Praveen is not replying. So Praveen Patil or Praveen, what is that? Topwal. आप देखा है ना आईएसओ का मॉड्यूल देखा है स्टैंडर्ड स्टैंडर्ड देखा है आपने कि नहीं देखा हेलो अनम्यूट करो भाई प्रवीण पाटिल और प्रवीण पोरवाल बोलिए बोलिए
Yeah. Now, somewhat aware about ISO 9001.
अच्छा यू आर अवेयर अबाउट आईएसओ बट यू हैव नॉट सीन द स्टैंडर्ड
Standard model. Right.
अच्छा बट आपका डॉक्यूमेंटेशन वगैरह है देखा है आपने
Yes, sir. Documentation.
अच्छा गुड ओके सो दीज आर जस्ट दोस क्लॉजेस आर रिफर्ड हियर if you see the standard why we had taken this because this is a actually conversation process that's what we talk about operation planning and control how do you plan your operation or productionization process and what are the control to make it something happen. Then there are requirement of products and services which are coming from the customer. We need to properly understood that. Design and development of product, which is a design activity. Whether you are designing a product, then a lot of activity need to be done. Change management, so many things, validation, verification, all those activities have been put into this. Then, of course, very important is control of externally provided process. Your purchaser or purchase department comes under this, because we are getting a lot of things from that. So, purchaser control, purchaser approval, purchaser monitoring, all these things come under this clause. Okay. Then production and service provision. How do we actually make the production control? Then testing, control, make it okay and release the product. And if not, then how do you control something is not happening the way it should happen? So rework, reject, so all this we're talking about control of non-conforming product, so all these clauses are talking about that. Okay, yeah. Now, these are basically referring to the Khadagade. Santosh. Hello. Okay, if not there. Here, 6.1, 6.1, 6.2, they are all related with the work system, work processes. Okay, we are here generally talk about the Deming's principle. It is a combination of that. So right now we not worry about the. Okay, so now when we come to the afternoon, we will talk about that Ramakrishna Bajaj business excellence model. We are going to talk more focus on the operations. Okay, yeah. Okay, so therefore, I will skip this. Let us come to that now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Support process like your training coming very, very important. This talks about, measurement, traceability, knowledge, communication, document control comes under that, operational process. Your documented information, how things start, interaction of the processes, their control, their feedback, so all these are ISO clauses talks about measurement and testing, competency of the people. As I talk about, when I talk about skill base, that competency is talking about the importance of a training, how the training is imparted and how the effectiveness of training has to be worked out. Then document control and their records, I hope you know what is actually document and what is a record. Who will tell me? Yes. Praveen Topal, can you unmute and tell me what is a document and what is a record? Any idea? What's the difference? Or Jankar is not there?
Sir, I am here. Am I audible?
Can you tell me now what's the difference between a document and record?
So document is a virtual or physical document as an evidence, and record is the end-to-end you can say customer journey or any complete information related to one transaction.
Yeah, in general, document doesn't change immediately with the time. Record is everyday's record. Say, document will tell you how to do the activities. Is it not? It is written like your standard operating procedure or checklist, or instruction sheet or material data sheet. These are all documents which you follow to do some activity. So they generally don't change unless really there is a process change. Based on that, something gets produced. So that is a record. Everyday record, how many products have been made, everyday record, how many purchase order has been released. So record is every day. Have you understood? And document is normally a long lasting unless until there are basic changes are there. So ISO is very focused on controlling this document. Who is authorized to release this document? Is he authorized? Has got the latest revision, has got the latest amendment, because based on document, some work has been done. If the document is not latest, wrong thing is going to happen. So a lot of importance are giving in that document control. So very important is that is talking about here document information, documented information, and control of documented information, updation, who can revise, how to update all the things are there. Then something new has been added is organization knowledge. Very, very important. Otherwise, if the person leaves, along with that, everything goes. So they are talking about systematic way of tabulating that. Suppose somebody goes, can organize and attend some seminar, he gets some additional information, additional knowledge. So it is not only on his mind. He must try to make some information and give it to the organization. It can be properly documented in the library so that, organization get benefited by additional knowledge, because nowadays knowledge is a power. That's what the important. Then some important aspect is also about measurement and traceability, particularly in the somebody is there in the from the pharma industry. Traceability is very important. You can able to trace it backward. Suppose there is you had some eye ointment has been the end product. It all over the India it has been gone. Now something is wrong, so we need to stop the production. So backward tracing is required, when it was made, which batch it was made, what is the code number for that, on which machine it was made. So ISO is very focused, particularly about traceability of the things are there. Like suppose they are into auto industry, if something wrong has accident into some, even right up to bearing, I must know who has supplied, at what time it is mounted. So traceability is very, very important. So there are various aspects of the ISO clauses. We will not able to go into detail, but it talks about support process. We talk about that clause number 8, which is the operation, which is converting something to something. But for that, we need to a support system. For that, right-minded people, right training, infrastructure. Humidity is proper, ventilation is proper, along with the all instruction sheets are proper, properly trained, properly maintained machine, properly calibrated instrument, that all comes under support process. So 8 is basically operation, actually conversion, and for that we need a support processor like BTM. Okay, yeah. And this will come back to that when we talk about this one. Okay. So now the time is, how much time? Take me. So shall we break for lunch? Time is
Yeah,
1
sir.
o'clock. I can go up to maybe 10 minutes more, but if you feel, I can stop here and then we can make about 40-45 minutes, 1:45 you can start. Do you agree with that or shall I continue?
So we can take a break.
Acha, we can break.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want somebody to revise, somebody to recap what you have done up till now. Can somebody?
Hi.
Can you do that quickly? हम लोगों ने
So
क्या,
we
what are the things
start
we just encounter or gone through in the morning?
evolution of CQM.
हाँ,
Discuss definition of CQM and what are the principles of ISO
yes,
2008 versus 2015.
correct,
Uh,
correct.
Then what are the customer requirements across internal and external customers?
Yes,
What is the TQM model? The 8-pillar one.
exactly, correct. Then we talk about
And
Deming principles, is it not?
14 Deming principles.
Yeah, correct, correct. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We talk about TQM policy. We talk
Yeah,
about
TQM.
quality control to quality assurance to quality management, how the thing getting evolved. Okay. Then last, we've been talking about needs and expectations, very important. Then ISO 9001 different models and their relations with the basically philosophy change of Japanese management system, which is more focused on people related processes, unlike more tangible or profit based or product based of European things. Okay, good. So let us break. It's one. My clock is 1:05. So let us talk about 1:45, 1:50. Okay. A lot of
Take it 2 o'clock.
okay. Thank you. Thank you very
2
much.
o'clock.
2 o'clock should be okay.
Acha, 2 o'clock. Okay, 2 o'clock.